Hey, I'm D Revolution. This video is for the vendors and small business owners. I've been in business for 12 years, and I've continued to learn that it's a science to this. I continue to learn that there are certain things to put yourself in advantage to make as much money as possible. And one of the things that it took me years to learn is going to an event just because they're looking for vendors. I really have to stop doing that, because I'm doing nothing but working against myself. Give you an example. The other week there was an event that I was gonna do, and because it wasn't a lot to vend, I was like, I'm gonna do this event. But when I looked at the weather and I kind of looked at the setup they was gonna have, my first mind told me this is not an event that I should be doing. And sure enough, I did the event, went there, and I regretted going. Not only was it cold, but it was windy, and it just messed up the whole vibe. They didn't have many people come in. Many people didn't come in. This was their third year doing the event. It wasn't very. I barely made my money back. It was, and when you put all that together, is it really worth the time? So basically, my message to you guys as vendors, before you pay for an event, make make sure you do your research on the weather, how they set it up. Is it going to be inside or outside, depending on what time of the year. It's fall right now while I'm making this video, so it's actually getting pretty cold outside, and right now I'm not doing any events unless they're inside. Now, some people don't mind being outside in the cold. I'm not knocking you for that. But if you do, you might want to make sure you check everything, do a 10-day forecast and see what the weather's going to look like. Another example is that this guy that I met at another event, he came around passing out flyers. Do I have it right here? He came out passing out flyers about an event he's doing. Now, I've run into him like maybe 2 or 3 times. He's passing out flyers. And then, for me, I'm like, oh, wow, I think I'm going to do this. Because he's actually doing the event the weekend after Thanksgiving. So I was like, oh, that's like Black Friday. Oh, okay. So so again, I go over there and I do my little research to every event that I do. So I said, well, you know what, let me see how good he's marketing this. Because he's marketing to me because I'm a vendor. He wants the vendors to pay him to be at his spot. But if you're not marketing to the people, then as a vendor, are we going to make money? So I said, well, let me do my research and see if it's out there in cyberspace. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it out there in cyberspace. I did find an events page, but it had like 87 people participating and this and that or whatever, and it's not being really marketed to the public. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this event because I need people. We all need people as vendors to come to these events. We need people. We don't need to just satisfy the organizers by paying them to be there. We're trying to make money. If the people is not there, you're not going to make money. I've made that mistake endless times doing events that I don't do my homework on, and I go to these events and no one shows up. That is why I stopped doing first-time events, because most of the time, the adrenaline of the organizers have a good idea and say, I'm going to get vendors, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But they don't know how to market it. That's why, they have to figure that out. So when a first time event, it's just really a lot of times somebody being excited about putting something together, but they don't know how to reach the masses of the people to get them there to support it. In most cases. The event I went to the other day was a three, I guess they had to do it 2 other times before, and it still wasn't a good event. So it takes somebody who really have been doing this for a while, or who really knows what they're doing. So that's why I definitely avoid first time events, because I think a lot of times these people who first they have an idea in their mind, and you got a few housewives that get together and say, "Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put this together," and they all volunteer together and do it, but they don't have any experience in marketing and getting it out there. And for the people that's setting up there, all they want to do is be able to say they did it, and they want to be able to get the vendors to pay them, but they don't care if we make money. So again, this is science to this, and it is making it harder and harder for me to find events to do, to find events to get into, and that's okay. I'd rather do less events that's more meaningful than more events that I'm not making anything. You know what I'm saying? It just saves me time and it saves me money. So, I'm actually getting to a point where I may be only doing like 1 to 2 events a month. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna be events that's gonna be very relevant. You know what I'm saying? Not just um little sideshow events or whatever. But anyway, I'm D Revolution. I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about vending, being a small business owner. Like and subscribe to my page. Peace.